Sairam students, today's session is based on adjectives and kinds of adjectives, and we are also going to learn degrees of comparison. Now, adjectives. Adjectives are very interesting words. They are effective tools to speak English well. They add colors and life to our sentences. Now, we can say adjective usually provides relevant information about the nouns or pronouns. Or we can also say, in an easy word, adjectives is a word that describes a noun or pronoun. Now, when I say it describes a noun or a pronoun, first we need to understand what is noun, which we have already learned in our previous session. So, let us first recollect what is a noun. A noun is a word that contains name, place, things, or any idea. Now, let us connect a noun with an adjective and understand this in a better way. Okay, now if I say Sachin Tendulkar is a noun, correct? It's a proper noun. Then, now how will I describe Sachin Tendulkar? Like I would say, Sachin Tendulkar is a good person, or Sachin Tendulkar is a best cricketer, or Sachin Tendulkar is a clever batsman. Now, here, when I say Sachin Tendulkar is a good person, that means the describing word good is describing the noun Sachin Tendulkar, correct? Now, in the next sentence which I said, the Sachin Tendulkar is a best cricketer. So the word best is again describing the noun Sachin Tendulkar, correct? Then I have used one more sentence. Sachin Tendulkar is a clever batsman. That means clever is again describing a noun. Yes. So is it clear now? So here the words like good, best, clever are the things that describes a noun. Now let us understand this with one more example, like yes, here. See this sentence. Vijay is a good boy. Now, Vijay is a boy, but it's not clear that it is which type of boy. So, we'll see the another sentence. Vijay is a good boy. Now it is clear that Vijay is being described as a good boy. Right? So, good is a describing word and it is describing a noun Vijay. Let me give you one more example with a pronoun. Like for example, he walks fast. So, he is a pronoun and fast is describing him. So, fast is the adjectives. I hope students, with these examples, you all have understood what is adjectives. Now, let us move ahead and learn something more about it. Now, we will learn different types of adjectives. In this session, we are going to learn descriptive adjectives, quantitative adjectives, adjectives of number, demonstrative adjectives, interrogative adjectives, possessive adjectives, distributive adjectives, indefinite adjectives, and yes, of course, articles, that is, articles adjectives. So let's start with the first one, that is descriptive adjectives. Now, descriptive adjectives are also called as qualitative adjectives. Now, descriptive adjectives provide information and attribute to the noun or pronouns. We can understand this in an easy way, like descriptive adjectives are words that describe quality of a noun. Now we need to focus on this word quality. We can also say that it adds information and quality to the words. Like for example, Now see, this is a very good example. I have a nice teddy. Now generally it answers the question what kind. So we will ask the question what kind. What kind of teddy? A nice teddy. So the word nice here is descriptive adjectives. It is talking about the quality of teddy. Correct. Now students, can you think of some more examples? Like we can say this teddy is a brown color, or it is an awesome teddy, or it is a very cute teddy. So the word brown, awesome, cute are all describing teddy. These words are talking about the quality of a teddy. It is giving some information about a teddy. With this example, I hope students you all have understood what is descriptive adjectives or qualitative adjectives. Now, let's understand the next topic, that is quantitative adjectives. A quantitative adjectives provides information about the quantity of the nouns or pronouns. Or we can understand this in a simple way. A quantitative adjectives are the words that describe the quantity of nouns or pronouns. Now, here we need to concentrate on this word quantity. We will understand this with an example. Like, I have enough money. So students, ask question to yourself in your mind. How much money? We get the answer, enough money. So that means enough is quantitative. We can understand this with some more examples, like I have some money, I have little money, I have more money. Now students, remember one important point. Quantitative adjectives, it gives the rough idea of the figure or amount. It does not give an exact amount or figure. Like it is talking about enough money. It is not giving an exact amount how much money. I hope students you all have understood what is quantitative adjectives. Now let's learn the next topic. Adjectives of number. They are the words that gives exact number of nouns, or we can also say it shows the order in which a person, an animal or a thing stand. Now let's understand this with an example. Sam has 4 apples. So students, here you will ask question to yourself like how many apples? So you get the answer 4. There are other examples like 2, second, 10th and so on. So students, remember, whenever you have any exact number or any exact figure, then it is adjectives of number. Now, let's look into the next one, which is demonstrative adjectives. A demonstrative adjective directly refers to something or someone. Or let's understand this in an easy way. A demonstrative adjectives are the words that points out a person, things or animal. Now students, we need to concentrate on this word points. Now let us understand this with an example. This book is mine. Now here I am pointing out the book, isn't it? So let's look at some more example of demonstrative adjectives are words like this, that, these, those. Oh yes, many students are confused that even a demonstrative pronouns we have this, that, these, those. So how do we differentiate between a demonstrative adjectives and a demonstrative pronoun? Now let us understand this with an example. Now look at this example. This is my book. Now see the difference between these two sentences. The first one. This comes before book, isn't it? And book is a noun. Now see the second sentence. This comes before is. Now is a verb. So it is a demonstrative pronoun. Now you understood, student, how to differentiate between a demonstrative adjectives and a demonstrative pronoun? Now let's learn interrogative adjectives. Now this is something very simple. And interrogative adjectives are used to form questions. And interrogative adjectives must be followed by a noun or a pronoun. Or we can understand this like they are WH words and are used with nouns to ask questions. Now WH words, students, you all are aware with this WH words like who, whom, which, what, whose and so on. Now let's understand this interrogative adjectives with an example. Which book is yours? Here in this case, which is before noun, that is book. So we will say which is an interrogative adjectives. Similarly, let's clear the difference between an interrogative adjectives and an interrogative pronoun. Now let's look at this example. Which is your book? Now students, can you see the difference in these two sentences? In the first sentence, which is before noun, that is book. And in the second sentence, which is before verb, that is. So it is an interrogative pronouns. I hope students you all have understood how to differentiate an interrogative adjectives and an interrogative pronouns. Let's begin with the next topic, possessive adjectives. A possessive adjectives indicates possession or ownership, or we can also say possessive adjectives are the words that are used to show ownership. It suggests the belongingness of something to someone. Now, here we will pay attention on this word ownership and we will understand this with an example. Now, look at this example. Joe left his bat at home. Here, the word his shows that it is his bat, that is Joe's bat. Okay, now there are some more possessive adjectives like my, his, our, her, your and so on. Now, when we talk about his bat, that means we are talking about ownership, correct? Now, let us move ahead and understand what is possessive pronoun. Let us differentiate between a possessive adjectives and a possessive pronoun. Now, look at this example. The bat next to the window is his. Now, if you pay attention in these two sentences, you will understand the difference automatically as we have already discussed. Now, the word his is just before the pronoun bat in the first sentence. And look at the second sentence. The word his is just before the verb is. Correct? Hence, it is very clear when you find a verb just beside a possessive, you understand it as a pronoun possessive or a possessive pronoun. And when there is a noun just beside a possessive, it's very clear that it is an possessive adjectives. I hope students, you all have understood this possessive adjectives. Now, let's learn the next type of adjective, that is distributive adjective. A distributive adjective denotes single number of nouns among many. It is used to refer people or things individually. Let us understand this in a simple way. The word distributive itself tells you that one particular things needs to be distributed among many. Now let us understand this with an example. Every child needs care and love. Here the distributive adjectives is every. Now there are some more distributive adjectives like each, every, neither, either, and so on. I hope students, the concept of distributive adjectives is clear now. Now let's move ahead. Our next topic is indefinite adjectives. An indefinite adjective describes a noun in a non-specific sense. It shows an element of uncertainty. Now, you will understand this better with an example. Do you have any food left? Here, you are not talking about any specific amount. Here we are talking about any. So, any word here is an indefinite adjective. Similarly, let's understand the next example. I gave some candy. Now, the word some. Some here is not a certain amount. It is a rough idea. Some candy. Hence, the word some is an indefinite adjective. Some more examples of indefinite adjectives are few, many, much, most, all, and so on. I hope students, you all have understood indefinite adjectives. The last type of adjectives are article. Yes, surprising, isn't it? Now let's see. An article is a word used to modify a noun, which is a person, place, object, or any idea. Technically, an article is an adjective, which is any word that modifies a noun. Usually, adjectives modify noun through description, but articles are used instead to point out or refer to noun. Let us understand this in a simple way. Articles are used to describe which noun you are referring to. For example, A refers to a singular item. An refers to items which begins with vowels, and the can be singular or plural, but to a specific item. Now let us understand this with an example. I would like to have an egg. Here, Anne tells you that I want one egg. So, Anne is an adjective. Let us see next example. The cat is on the table. So, the here is the adjective. Now, here we end with the topic types of adjectives. Let's quickly revise types of adjectives with these examples. Solomon was a wise king. Here, wise is adjective of quality. The next one, we did not receive sufficient rain this year. Here, sufficient is adjective of quantity. There are several pictures in this book. Several is adjective of number. Each boy was given a prize. Here, each is distributive adjectives. Which way shall we go? Here, which is interrogative adjective. Now this is very easy. Let's move ahead. Neither answer is correct. Here, neither is distributive adjectives. I hope students, you all have understood the different types of adjective. Now, let's begin with the next topic, degrees of comparison. Adjective change in a form when they show comparison. Now, we have three types of degrees of comparison. That is positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. Let us learn the first one, that is positive degree. Now, an adjective is said to be in the positive degree when there is no comparison. Now, let us understand this in a simple way. Positive adjectives is used to describe and not to compare. You will understand this better with this example. She is beautiful girl. Now here, beautiful is an adjective and it is in a positive form, as we are not comparing she or that girl with any other. The next one is comparative degree. An adjective is said to be in a comparative degree when it is used to compare two nouns or pronouns. Now, let me make it easy for you all. Comparative is used to compare two things or a person. For example, she is more beautiful than her sister. Here, a comparison is done between two persons, correct? Like she and her sister. Understood? Now, let's move ahead and understand superlative degree. An adjective is in superlative degree when it is used to compare more than two nouns or pronouns. Now, in a simple way, we can say we use superlative degree when something is more in the quality, or we are comparing anything or a person in overall basis. Like for example, she is most beautiful girl in the class. That means she is better than any other girl in the class. Now, one important thing. We use the article the before the superlative degree. Like here in this example, she is the most beautiful girl. Understood? So, we understand beautiful is positive degree, more beautiful is comparative degree, and the most beautiful are superlative degree. Now, a positive degree can be converted into comparative and superlative. For that, we need to follow certain rules. Let us look at these rules. The first one. The comparative is usually formed by adding of ER and EST to the positive degree. Now let's read this example. Bright, brighter, brightest. Black, blacker, blackest. Bold, bolder, boldest. Clever, cleverer, cleverest. Cold, colder, coldest. Now let's understand the next rule. Here, when the positive ends in E, only R and ST are added to form the comparative and superlative. That means in comparative we will add R and in superlative we will add ST. Let's read this example. Brave, braver, bravest. Fine, finer, finest. Large, larger, largest. Nice, nicer, nicest. Noble, nobler, noblest. Now, let's read the next rule. When the positive ends in Y and has a consonant before it, we change Y into I and then add ER and EST by deleting the final Y and adding IER and IEST. Now we will understand better with this example. Costly, costlier, costliest. Dry, drier, driest. Easy, easier, easiest. Happy, happier, happiest. Heavy, heavier, heaviest. But if Y is preceded by a vowel, then Y is not changed into I. Then ER and EST are added. Let's understand this. Gay, gayer, gayest. Grey, grayer, greyest. Now, let's understand the next rule. When the positive degree ends in a consonant with a vowel before it, we double the consonant and then add ER and EST. We will understand this better with these examples. Big, bigger, biggest. Dim, dimmer, dimmest. Fat, fatter, fattest. Hot, hotter, hottest. Now let's move ahead. By placing more and most before the positive form. Now, active, more active, most active. Attractive, more attractive, most attractive. Beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful. Brilliant, more brilliant, most brilliant. Careful, more careful, most careful. Courageous, more courageous, most courageous. Cunning, more cunning, most cunning. Now let's understand further. Some adjectives do not follow any of the rules explained earlier. They are compared irregularly. Like for example, bad, worse, worst. Evil, worse, worst. Good, better, best. Little, less, least. Much, more, most. Let's revise this degree of comparison with this exercise. Shakespeare is the most famous of all writers in English. Now, here there are two answers. No other writer in English is as famous as Shakespeare, or we can also say Shakespeare is greater than any other writer in English. Now let's read the next example. Iron is most useful than any other metal. Now here, no other metal is as useful as iron, or we can also say iron is the most useful of all metals. Now let's read the next example. China is larger than India. Now here the answer is India is not as large as China. Now let's read the last example. Greenland is the largest island in the world. Now look at the answer. Greenland is larger than any other island in the world, or we can also say no other island in the world is as large as Greenland. I hope students, you all have understood what are adjectives, different types of adjectives, and also degrees of adjectives. Oh yes, now it's time for home assignment. You all will be getting a link. You need to click on that link. You have to complete your assignment and say submit. Alright students, see you again. Sai Ram and take care.